The fast that made you leaner at 40 could be quietly working against you at 55. Same routine, same discipline, but your body is not the same machine it was 15 years ago, and there are 5 specific mistakes that a younger man gets away with completely that start doing real damage once you cross 50. Not you won't see results. Damage. Damage. Losing muscle you can't easily rebuild. Spiking the exact stress hormone that clings to belly fat. Wrecking the sleep your body now needs more than ever. The worst part? Every one of these feels like you're doing the right thing. Fasting harder, eating less, pushing through. That's exactly what makes them so dangerous after 50. They look like discipline, and they're actually costing you. Here are the 5 mistakes, and the 5th is the one almost every man over 50 is making right now without a clue. Let's start with the mistake that does the most damage while looking the most impressive. Mistake 1, chasing longer and longer fasts. There's a certain pride a man takes in a long fast. 16 hours becomes 18. 18 becomes 24. He tells himself the longer he goes, the more fat he burns, the more discipline he's showing. And at 40, his body could take it. At 55, that same man is playing a different game with different rules. Here's what he doesn't see. When a fast runs long, and your body has burned through its easy fuel, it doesn't only burn fat, it also starts breaking down muscle for energy. And after 50, you're already losing muscle every year just from aging. So the extended fast that feels like maximum effort is actually taking a torch to the one tissue you can least afford to lose. You're not just burning the fat you want gone, you're burning the engine that keeps you strong, upright, and able to open a jar at 70. A younger man rebuilds that muscle in his sleep. His hormones are high, his recovery is fast, he barely notices. The older man rebuilds it slowly, if at all. So every marathon fast digs a hole he then struggles to climb out of. Picture 2 brothers, 140, 158, both doing a 24-hour fast every other day. The younger one leans out and looks great. The older one loses weight too, but a chunk of what he's losing is muscle, and 6 months later he's lighter on the scale and noticeably weaker, softer, more fragile. Same fast. One got a reward, the other paid a tax. And here's the cruelest part of this one. The scale actively lies to him about it. He steps on, sees a lower number, and feels like a winner. What the number doesn't tell him is what he lost to get there. A pound of fat gone is a victory. A pound of muscle gone is a wound. The scale counts them exactly the same, so the man burning away his own strength gets rewarded with a smaller number and told, "Well done, keep going." He's being congratulated for the very thing hurting him most. Longer isn't better after 50, it's just longer. And that leads directly to the second mistake, because it's not only how long you fast, it's what you do the moment you stop. Mistake 2, not eating nearly enough protein when you break the fast. This is the quiet killer, and it comes straight out of the research. After 50, your body develops something scientists call anabolic resistance. In plain terms, your muscles stop listening to protein the way they used to. Here's the number that should stop every older man cold. A young man in his 20s gets a full muscle-building response from around 20 grams of protein in a meal. But studies show a man in his 70s needs roughly double that, around 40 grams, to get the same muscle to respond at all. His muscles have gone half deaf to the signal, so he has to speak twice as loud. Now put that together with fasting. A man over 50 is already eating in a shorter window, already eating fewer meals, and then he breaks his fast with toast, cereal, a bit of fruit, some coffee, barely any protein. His deaf muscles get a whisper when they needed a shout. Day after day, the muscle he's losing to age and losing to long fasts never gets the raw material to rebuild. This is how a disciplined man wastes away without realizing it. He's convinced he's being healthy, small portions, light meals, clean eating. Meanwhile, his body is quietly stripping muscle off his frame because it never once got enough protein in a sitting to build anything back. The fix is almost insultingly simple. When you break your fast, lead with real protein and plenty of it. Eggs, fish, meat, Greek yogurt. Enough that your half-deaf muscles actually hear the message. A younger man can be lazy about this. You can't. Not anymore. So that's fuel timing. The third mistake is one nobody connects to fasting at all, and it might be the most damaging of the 5. Mistake 3. Fasting hard while sleeping badly. Most men treat fasting and sleep as two completely separate things. They're not. After 50, they're wired together, and getting one wrong poisons the other. Here's the trap. A long, aggressive fast is a mild stress on the body. Handled well, that stress is useful. But pile it on top of a man who's already sleeping 5 or 6 broken hours a night, which describes an enormous number of men over 50, and something goes wrong. His body reads the combination as a genuine emergency and floods his system with cortisol, the stress hormone. And cortisol is precisely the wrong hormone to have running high when you're trying to lose fat. It raises your blood sugar, nudges your insulin up, and tells your body to hold on to fat, specifically the fat around your belly. So here's the bitter irony. A stressed, underslept man fasting hard to lose his gut can actually be signaling his body to defend that gut with everything it's got. Younger men have hormonal room to absorb this. Their cortisol regulation is tighter, their sleep is deeper, their system's more forgiving. After 50, your stress response is already touchier, and your sleep is already lighter. So the aggressive fast plus bad sleep combination hits far harder than it ever did at 35. The man who gets this right does something that feels almost lazy. On weeks he's sleeping badly, he eases off the fasting instead of pushing harder. He protects the sleep first, because he understands that fasting on a wrecked nervous system isn't discipline, it's just digging a deeper hole. Rest is part of the program now, not a break from it. There's a scene that plays out in millions of homes, and nobody sees the connection. A man lies awake at 2 in the morning, mind racing, then drags himself up at 6 feeling hollowed out. He decides today he'll be extra disciplined to make up for feeling bad, so he pushes his fast an hour or 2 longer. He thinks he's being strong, his body thinks it's under attack for the second day running, and doubles down on the cortisol, and clamps down harder on the fat. He's punishing himself for a bad night by guaranteeing a worse one. The discipline is real, it's just aimed at exactly the wrong target. That's 3. The 4th mistake is about something inside your fast you probably think is helping. Mistake 4, leaning on stimulants to power through. Watch a man white-knuckle his way through a long fast and you'll usually find the same crutch. Cup after cup of black coffee, energy drinks, strong tea, anything to kill the hunger and keep him upright. At 40, that works fine. At 55 and beyond, it starts to backfire in 2 ways most men never connect. First, all those stimulants pour more fuel on the cortisol fire we just talked about. You're already fasting, already stressing the system, and now you're stacking caffeine on top, pushing that stress hormone higher still. Your heart's a little more wired, your nerves a little more frayed, and that same belly fat holding signal gets louder. Second, and worse, the afternoon and evening coffee a man uses to survive a long fast is quietly sabotaging the sleep that we just established is critical after 50. As you age, your body clears caffeine more slowly than it used to. That cup at 4 in the afternoon that never bothered you at 30 is now still floating in your system at 11 at night, keeping your sleep shallow. And shallow sleep means more cortisol tomorrow, which means a harder fast, which means more coffee. Round and round the trap goes. You can see how these mistakes aren't really separate. They feed each other. Long fasts strip muscle. Low protein fails to rebuild it. Bad sleep spikes cortisol. And stimulants wreck the sleep and stoke the cortisol further. It's a machine that grinds a man down while he congratulates himself on his willpower. Which brings us to the 5th mistake, the one almost every man over 50 is making, and the one that undoes everything. Mistake 5, treating fasting as the whole plan instead of half of it. Here's the belief that quietly sinks more men over 50 than any other. If I just fast, my body will handle the rest. At 40, there was some truth to it. A younger body has enough hormonal firepower that simply creating the fasting window does a lot of the work on its own. Fast, and the muscle mostly takes care of itself. After 50, that's no longer true, and clinging to it is the deepest mistake of all. Because your body is now actively losing muscle every year, fasting alone isn't a complete plan. It's half a plan. The fasting handles the fat side, but without the other half, you're burning fat off a body that's simultaneously crumbling underneath. What's the missing half? Resistance. You have to give your muscles a reason to stick around. Not marathon gym sessions, just lifting something heavy a couple of times a week. Bands, dumbbells, push-ups against a wall, bodyweight squats holding the kitchen counter. Something that makes the muscle work against real resistance and tells your body, keep this, I still need it. Pair that with the protein from mistake 2, and now your fast is building the right body instead of just shrinking the whole thing. The man who fasts and does nothing else ends up what doctors grimly call skinny fat. Lighter, but soft, weak, and frail, with the dangerous belly fat stubbornly hanging on. The man who fasts and lifts and eats his protein ends up lean and strong. Same fasting window. Opposite outcomes. The difference was never the fast. It was everything the first man assumed the fast would handle for him. And here's what makes this mistake so common. It's the comfortable one. Fasting is, in a strange way, easy to be lazy inside of. You just don't eat. There's no gym, no effort, no sweat. So a man convinces himself that the hard part is the hunger, and once he's conquered that, the job is done. But the hunger was never the hard part. The hard part is the 15 minutes of resistance work, twice a week, that a man would rather skip. The fast asks you to do nothing, and after 50, doing nothing with your muscles is exactly what you can't afford. That's the fifth, and it's the one to fix today if you fix nothing else. Fasting is a tool, not a magic wand. And after 50, the man holding the tool has to do more of the work himself. Let's pull it all together. 5 mistakes, and notice what they have in common. Every single one of them is something you could get away with at 40. Long fasts, skimpy protein, bad sleep, endless coffee. Fasting is the whole plan. A younger body forgives all of it. An older body sends you the bill. That's the real lesson here. It was never that fasting stopped working. It's that fasting after 50 demands a smarter, gentler, more deliberate hand. And the man who adjusts gets to keep every benefit he came for. One honest thing before you go. YouTube demonetized this channel, Life by Science, with no real reason given, after years of pouring everything into these videos for you. So I've started fresh over at Younger Max, link in the bio. If these videos have ever helped you, come subscribe over there and keep this going with me. That's all I ask. And one last honest word. Fasting isn't right for everyone. If you're on medication, especially for blood sugar or blood pressure, if you have a history of disordered eating, or you're underweight, talk to your doctor before changing anything. Nothing here replaces real medical advice for your own body. So look at your own fasting honestly. How many of these 5 are you making right now? Fix even one this week, and you'll feel the difference. Because after 50, the goal was never to fast harder. It was to fast like a man who finally understands the body he's actually in.